Hey everyone, it's Joe Segal at the first Cup of Joe, get it? Cup of Joe? Unfiltered broadcast. And I want to call it Joe Unfiltered, Cup of Joe Unfiltered because I just want to be 100% me, honest, which I hope is kind and loving and caring. But I want to say what I see and what I'm thinking and feeling and share about my life and what's going on in the world, what's going on in my world. And as a man who's kind of reinventing myself at 61 years old and moved to a brand new town in the middle of the California desert and starting new business ventures and meeting new people. And with what's going on in this country here in the United States, which is going through a period of great change, and that's exciting and scary and interesting with our presidential election and so much of a difference of opinion about where we should go and what direction and what we should do together as a people, and trying to find a way to live together in peace and harmony on this planet too, with so many terrible things happening. There are also good things happening. There are good people rising up, helping each other. In Bangladesh, they overthrew a despot, an autocrat, a dictator. You know, autocrat is a kind of a $5 or $10 word for dictator. And so they overthrew their dictator. Hooray! You know, they had some demands for a stable economy so people could live their lives, get decent jobs that paid enough and feed their families. And what did the dictator do? This person I won't name, who had to flee the country, just sent the army out to round people up and disappear people and worse. And so they changed their demand to one demand: get the heck out of our country. And they got a new leader who is the Nobel Prize leading winning person to lead their country towards peace and hopefully justice and prosperity. And so I'm really happy for them and hopeful for them. And I feel bad about all the other situations going on in the world. What's going on in Gaza, it's just horrific and terrible. What's going on in Ukraine, horrific and terrible. In Darfur, that's horrible and terrible. And so many places that people are being at the wrong end of terrible men who want power and control and wealth, and as a result have people and armies and who want to harm and control other people. And so I hope that we can find a way as a species to rise above this hate and religious extremism and tribalism. There are no easy answers or solutions, and whatever I say is likely going to deeply upset somebody, but I always want to be rooted to love and compassion for everyone who disagrees with me and everyone who agrees with me, and for all the solutions I see in the world. I think we want to be rooted to love and kindness and compassion. Be humble and enough to admit we might not have all of the answers, and able to work cooperatively with our fellow human being. There's actually good news going on in the world going on. There's good news out there, folks, if you look for it. Even on this platform on YouTube, you can just Google, find the good news. There are stories of a species being brought back from the edge of extinction. The wild horses in Kazakhstan have just been reintroduced for the first time in hundreds of years. There's now a new way of detecting breast cancer, a resurgence back in women that could mean saving countless lives. They've invented a new way for diabetics to get insulin without having to inject ourselves. I'm diabetic, having to inject ourselves, like by taking it orally through the mouth. They've invented a way to make that possible, mind blowing. So, as a species, humanity can do remarkable things for good, and we are. They don't actually tell us all the good stories in the corporate news because for some reason, it doesn't make the advertisers as much money. They figure they need to keep us afraid and all of that. But we could share the good news, and I'll try and do that here when I find it. And, I just wanted to have this space here for me to say I love you. I want to, share what's going on in the world. I'm really very excited about what I see with Tim Walz, that he's a kind, caring, humble, compassionate public servant. He has a loving family of kids and grandkids. He has years of public service from being a school teacher, which is really great and very difficult. A football coach, being in the National Guard for decades, to being a governor who focused on doing one thing, helping people's lives get better. That's what government is about, I think, is helping people's lives get better, helping the hungry have food, the sick get healed, helping people have better lives and access to all of the resources and opportunities in this great country that we have together to build better communities and help each other, lift each other up, stop tearing each other down. We don't get better by putting each other down. That's why I really don't like this stuff about the couch and J.D. Vance. I think it's dumb. Somebody made up a lie about him and everyone's running with it because they're angry and they want to embarrass him. And, I think we don't get ahead by putting others down. We don't lift ourselves up by putting others down. So let's stop it with the name calling, and let's call out the goodness in us. Let's call out the greatness to get involved, whether it's through politics and knocking on doors, making calls, or whether it's just checking in on your neighbor and make sure they have water and they're okay in the heat, calling your folks, calling your loved ones to tell them you love them. Stay involved in the world, and I think every one of us, I know every one of us makes a difference. I know every one of us matters, especially when you notice each other, when you see someone out there in line at the market or whatever, and you say a few sincere, kind words to them, say, oh, what a beautiful family you brought with you today. Oh, wonderful. And you see them beam and light up. You just made a huge difference in their life. And it's a good thing. A kind word can save a life. So, anyway, just wanted to say thank you for being here with me at Joe Segal's first show episode of Cup of Joe Unfiltered. Here's to you. And I hope that you subscribe, tune back in, and we'll take a look at what's going on in the world together and have some fun. Okay, thanks. See you soon.